Shredding the harmonica.
I never noticed how much
It's
they
third
really
person
go hard
podcast.
on that harmonica in that
Yes.
intro.
I love a good. Have you ever played harmonica? It is
Yes.
remarkably easy.
It's also remarkably hard.
Yeah, but it's easy to play basic, but to get Blues Brothers good, that's hard. And we just write it.
I
Down.
have
Hi,
a hard
everybody.
I have a hard time getting it lined up right. I
But
always
you
feel
don't
like
have to.
I'm blowing into 8 holes at once.
But that's the beauty of a harmonica. As long as you're centered on the right holes, it doesn't matter. Everything else adds depth.
Welcome to Third Person Podcast. We appreciate a good harmonica.
Come here every Sunday for your harmonica talk.
Who doesn't love a good harmonica solo? They get really into it.
People who hate high-pitched sounds like that.
Harmonica's not really.
Are you saying you don't like harmonica?
No.
No, you're not saying it. Or
I'm
no?
not what I'm
Okay,
saying at all.
All right.
Good.
I'm just saying that people who hate.
Don't make me disown you on a Sunday night.
Harmonicas are so good. You see people playing them live, and they go at it. It's great.
How's that
They're
go?
speed eating a
How's
corn on
that
the cob here.
There's a really good interview with from the Blues Brothers, the one guy that's still alive. My brain just shut off. Who was in the Blues Brothers? Dan
I don't
Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. Okay,
Yes.
I know him.
Adam Carolla did a really good interview with him, like an hour-long interview, and they talked about how Blues Brothers started and stuff when Dan Aykroyd met Jim Belushi, Jim, what's the older one? John Belushi. No, John's the brother. Jim Belushi. When they met, and it hit it right off, and the second time they met, the first time they met, they talked a little bit about music and stuff like that. And the second time they met, Jim Belushi had already pulled out a bunch of music and stuff for them to work on the Blues Brothers bit together. It was like karma, it just meant to be. It was a really cool story. Which I don't have all the details, so I'm not going to go into it because I would just ruin it. But if you're like that kind of stuff, Adam Carolla's show, look for the Dan Aykroyd interview episode, whatever you want to call it. It's really good. So hi, how are you guys?
I'm so good.
I could use a little harmonica.
I could use a little nap.
I've had 2 naps today. Neither of them was long enough.
Oh,
Yeah. So I worked last night. Tonight was over Saturday night. So my plan was to get home and take a shower, go to sleep, wake up 4, come up to the show, and come down and do the show. So on my way home, I'm looking at what time my team, 49ers, play today. So I'm looking while I was driving. Don't play with your phone while you drive, by the way. So
Can you just ask Google, when?
well, that would make sense. So
man's driving home at 4 in the morning.
I didn't
Give me
have
a
my
break.
reading glasses on because I'm driving, and normally I have a pair of reading glasses in my car, but I left them in my locker at work. So I'm driving, and so I pulled up the schedule to see what time they play, and I thought it said they played at 1:30 or 1:25, which I thought was a little weird because usually they start at 12:30 or 4:30, not 1:30. But NFL does weird stuff with their schedule. This a lot of times anyway. But I'm like, oh, whatever. So then I got home, and before I went to bed, I told Mary, I'm like, you want to go to Wings and Rings and watch the game? We'll get lunch and hang out, watch the game. She's like, okay. So, because it's on Fox, and I don't get, all the streaming services, there's no Fox unless you've got cable.
Yeah.
Because it's
Why would they
2020,
get- why would they get
2023.
rid of
You can
times?
get CBS, NBC, you can get everything except Fox. So we went and we sit. We got there 5 minutes before, like 1:20. We sat down, ordered a couple of drinks and some food. Looking at all the TVs, I'm not seeing any 49ers game, and I'm like, should be starting right now. So I go back on the app, and I had my reading glasses now, and I'm looking. I'm like, oh, it's 4:30. I'm all in my 49ers shirt, my 49ers hat, and there's not a 49ers game on. There's like 8 games on, not a 49ers game.
Up for another 3 hours.
So I'm like, I guess we'll. And I had ordered a lot of food because I'm thinking I'm gonna be there for 3 hours. I'm gonna be there till like 4. So I had like 2 different sets of 5 wings, some cheddar bacon fries. We had to order a mozzarella sticks. Plus, mommy had some wings. I'm like, scarf rolled down. I'm a fatso. Which I didn't need this week anyway. I've already gained like a few pounds this week. Anyway, so yeah, so then I came home and took another hour and a half nap. So now I'm working on 2 hour-and-a-half naps.
Double check your sports schedules
Mm-hmm.
before you make plans.
Yeah. So now after the show, I get to go watch the rerun of the show. That I can watch because I have the basic NFL subscription, which means you can watch past games. So as soon as the game's over, I can watch it.
Like as soon as it's over?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, as long as I don't look to see who won.
Don't look.
Although I have found it strangely satisfying if I know that they won and I go back and watch the game. It's really nice to not have to stress out whether they're going to win.
It's like watching a movie. You know who's going to win.
It's really nice watching, thinking, oh, I know who's going to win this. I know that sounds weird, but it's true.
I understand.
Anywho,
Welcome.
welcome to Third Person Podcast 3. If you're here, don't forget to like, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, follow,
whatever the buttons are on your platform.
all kinds of stuff. Good news. We had a 50% increase in our Rumble subscriptions.
Oh.
Follows, or whatever they call it. Follows.
50% increase. Did it go from 2 to 3?
No, 4 to 6.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Thank
so
you.
welcome to our 2 new followers on Rumble.
Thank you.
But I
will
think that
regret
puts
it.
us over a threshold because I actually have to. I'm paying like $5 a month because I think 6 followers is the threshold to be able to live stream on Rumble. So we are officially there.
We're now losing money.
We're no longer losing money. Well, we are still losing money. Restream is not free.
Yeah.
So we're losing more money.
We're
We're
losing less
losing
money.
less. So we don't have to pay for Rumble anymore? Is that what you said?
Right. We
Okay.
can now stream without paying. I
Oh.
believe live stream. You can upload videos without having 6 followers, but you can't live stream.
Mhm.
But it's only like I think $5 or $5.99 a month. It's not like
The more you know. You can tell that we're very involved with the technical aspect
Yes.
of this.
anyway.
Anywho,
We have some stuff to talk about.
and some things.
I was kind of late getting down here from my 1.5 hour nap, so I was lazy with the titling of the stream.
What'd you
It's
title it?
It is called 22 Days Till Christmas. And Shannon's birthday month.
It's 22 days till Christmas.
I mean, yeah.
What is not to love about that? We are
And,
in December. It is the Christmas month. It is your
Yes.
birthday. You're going to be 53
Oh.
in 16 days.
I realized the other day I've been saying all year I'm 53.
I told you how weird that was.
I know.
Because you say like once you hit the year, you start saying you're that number, but
The
your
math
birthday's
is
at
easier.
the end
The
of the
math
year.
is easier.
You might as well pretend your birthday's in January.
Well, no, what it is like if someone like usually somebody at work or something would be like, we'll talk about how old people are because you don't really talk about that a lot at work, and then one day you're like, how old do you think I am, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So whenever I tell somebody, I say, like before I even think about it, the number 53 comes out of my mouth, and in my head I'm thinking I should correct that. I'm only 52, and I'm like, who cares?
I'm 52, going on 53.
I'm like, why correct it? This is just work. What do you call that? Not friend, a work acquaintance. I'm like, they don't care if I'm 52 or 53. Yeah.
You're 50 something.
So I usually just let it go, and then it just becomes 53. Although
You're living a
they
lie.
did come up the other night, and I'm like, I'm 53. I'm like, well, I will be this month. So now I've got a an easy clause.
Mm. You've been living a lie.
I've been living a lie, but I do that all the time. I told you at one point I think I was 42 for like 3 years. I don't know, and it wasn't even like, oh, I'm 44, but I say I'm 42 is the other way. Like leading up to 42, I was just 42 the whole time. I don't know why. From 40 to 42, I was 42.
I mean, okay, I've had some instances where, like, sometimes because I'm 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, great. I'm 26, and sometimes in my head, I still like I'll see like a story or whatever, and it says like a person is like they're like 12, 23, and I'm like, oh, that's my wait, that's not my age. I am older than that. I'm in the second half of the 20s.
The only way I remember you guys is because you're all 5 years apart.
Yeah, I can't even use that because it's so weird.
And I know Celia just turned 31, so 32, 31, 32.
31, pretty sure.
Celia and I think we're 5 years apart.
I don't know. I think she's 32.
It's
She's
so
91,
weird. Like
91, so she's 32.
5 years apart after my birthday, but before
Right.
her birthday,
Yeah, so now you're 6 years.
which is actually only for a few months.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's I can't. Birthdays and ages I could not do.
I don't even know what causes myself to remember birthdays because I have a friend that I have no reason to remember his
Facebook.
birthday.
That's why you should be on Facebook.
Well, okay, yeah, I have Facebook,
But I mean, you should
but I mean,
go
like,
there because it'll tell you
when it
whose
comes
birthday
to,
is.
well, I have a lot of them written down, but like, I cannot forget that one of my friends' birthday is August 22nd. He doesn't even remember his own birthday 90% of the time. I can remember it.
I think my dad's birthday's in August. I think, or my parents' anniversary. I don't know.
I can remember people's middle
be
names.
both. I know my mom's birthday is December 2nd. I know your mom's birthday is March 21st.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, 1973.
3, 2, 1. See, now that I've said that, I'm gonna remember it. I never put that together in my head.
That might actually help me.
I think I'm pretty sure you made that same
Yeah,
calculation
listen,
years ago.
I don't want to hear that I made this connection before.
That's a rabbit hole. That's a
There's so many things that I've probably made a little, what is that, portmanteau? Whatever, a thing to remember it by.
I don't know.
Can't remember what that's called.
No clue. Groundhog's Day.
We have the memory curse.
Yeah.
Lack thereof. Sorry.
I saw someone post the other day that they had an idea for a sequel to Groundhog's Day.
Was you gonna re-release the same movie?
Like build it up like it's a sequel.
That would be so funny. I would be a little upset about it, but it would be hilarious.
Speaking of funny, somebody at work has a sense of humor.
Oh.
Have
I
you
mean,
seen
so-
what? So next week is we get our hams, and the Facebook group's pretty funny about the hams because they're like like making a big deal. It's national holiday ham. We don't need a union. We've got hams, that kind of stuff. So on the big electronic signs as you're leaving work by the turnstiles,
Yeah.
it goes through a slideshow of different things, and one of them is Hamapalooza. Hamapalooza 2023.
Oh, I love Hamapalooza.
Anywho,
Any hoomst?
so if you're on Rumble, make sure you follow. Maybe we can increase by another. I don't know what 1/6 would be. 15%. 1/3 would be 33%. So like 16% would be 1/6. I don't know. Anyway,
It'd be up
in there somewhere.
30,
Yeah, I think it'd be 16%.
60.
Going the wrong
16.
way.
16%.
Well, I'm counting how many times 15 goes into 100. It's not even. I'm going to fight you.
Do it then.
15 times 6 is 90. So 16 times 6 is 96. Yeah. So 16.6.
It's 0.16 repeating.
Yeah, there you go.
So
Well, you moved the decimal 2 points, so yeah,
16%.
16.5%. So if you follow us on Rumble right now, you'll increase our followers by 16.5%. Which, I mean, how can you not feel more important than that? Let's see. Same thing. I think YouTube's like the same amount of followers.
Nice. Keeping it
But
level.
we've been at like 6 followers.
Are they
on
the
YouTube
same
since
6
we
people?
started.
Are they the same 6
think so.
people?
It's possible.
We've had the same 6 on YouTube like since we started, like the first week we started.
Thanks for sticking around.
Yes, thank you for sticking around. Oh, excuse me.
You're not
So
excused.
we actually do have stuff to talk about today because somebody did show prep and it wasn't me.
I did barely show prep. I may not be involved in the technical aspect, but I do enjoy finding dumb stories to talk about.
So let's see what we've got. That's not what we got. All right.
Well, that's
So-
one story. Yeah.
What's some of them other stories we got?
What's some of them stories we got? All right. Let's talk about.
I want to talk about that top one because I've been
Yes.
thinking about it
Have
since
you seen
last
it?
week. No,
Oh, it's fantastic.
I don't click these links.
Fantastic. So this first one we're going to see is a video of
Even
4
better.
police women trying to arrest a perp, singular perp, and there's audio, but it comes in like later in the video, and it's just because it's police radio audio.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Oh, there's a story too, but there's a video. Make this bigger.
If you click on the play and then pause it, there might be a button
It
to maximize.
It's right. Oh no, I can't.
We gotta
I
show
gotta
it.
go over here first.
We are so good at this.
Oh, yeah.
We're
video
so good. Let's
scene,
have
fade.
the
All right.
53-year-old
So we're
in
just gonna.
control of the computer.
The 52-year-old that claims he's 53 for the past year.
So this is out of where's this out of? Let's say
Chicago.
even better. Where do you see Chicago?
All the way up?
The people who actually
All the way
sent
up.
it.
Oh, it's all right. So it's from a Chicago site. So I'm guessing it's Chicago. I still need to. It should be on. I'm not sure how loud this is going to be. I think the police radio was edited in there. So here you got 4 mildly overweight police women and 1 slender perp. They're talking to him, surrounding him. Now she's going to grab his arm. He's not really having any of it. It's just like it's, it's like why?
He looks more confused than anything.
Why you gotta be doing this?
They put his arm back, and he's just like, nah.
Look at the lady on the right. She's like hugging his arm.
This is silly.
202 Sam.
Here we go. Here's the.
Okay. You got another vehicle over the system on the east side of northeast corner of 95th and Ashland.
2213, another car, 95 and Ashland, 4213.
He's still haven't got
On the
his
east
arm
side of the
down.
street by the liquor store, I see a couple cars. Can I get a couple more
One
cars?
arm behind you.
They're
All the
calling- they're
two?
calling for
Hello?
They took out a second pair of handcuffs. That's very small,
2212.
but they already
12 out.
had a handcuff out. and
Hey,
then
Flash.
she
I was
took
trying
out
to
the
score
pair.
1 male and for 22. Last 300 miles is 141 for 2221.
It was a positive on the show up.
I'm just gonna say it. If it takes
Positive
this long
ID,
for full police officers,
Chicago's finest right here.
0206.
That one on the left
213.
has like a crown on.
Alright, 9-5 and a half.
Another
Give me
car.
some more cars. Give me some more cars. 9-5 and a half. Give me some
Three
more
more
cars.
cars.
Turn that way.
What's some of them other cars we got?
You got any more chubby women that can come help us?
2233.
3-3.
You both be.
2233. We got. That's the progress at
Here we
Walgreens.
got the semi just
You
parked.
were all
Yeah.
day running.
Excuse me, we're trying to watch something.
That's the
He really
From
that
95th
red
Street.
light. He's just right in front of it.
Northbound Justine from 9-5. The
We
offender's
took both
running
police
northbound. Do we have
officers
one
not
in custody
long.
over
They
here? Is this
still
who
don't.
we fighting with, or he took off from y'all?
So she called and said we got one running northbound, because the guy ran away. And she goes, so you got one running away, you got one in custody, right? She has to, so she's got to come back and say no.
she's picking up.
Well, let's replay that. Hold on. I kind of talked over it, but
Just click.
Northbound Justine from 9-5. The offender's running northbound. Do we have one in custody over here? Is this who we fighting with, or he took off from y'all?
She's picking up.
the most defeated. He's taken off.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh.
She's picking up.
She sounded so defeated.
I
The
literally-
dispatcher's like, we got one in custody, right? Ah, he's taken off.
I don't understand how any number of 4 people can't get someone's hands behind their back.
Right?
And like,
Well, all right. You versus 4 people of any age. How young can you take 4 people?
we're talking like in a fight or just resisting putting my arms around
I'm
my
going
back?
all out death match.
Death match.
Death match.
Okay.
No weapons, just
I think I can safely say like 10.
4 10-year-olds.
I think I can take 4 10-year-olds.
I don't know. 10's
I don't know about that.
10 might be rough.
It'll be rough, but I think I can come out. Come out on top.
Yeah. I don't know. I 10's probably a good age. I'm gonna go a little higher. I'm gonna go 12. And I'm gonna go because I've got a strategy. I'm gonna go in the first one coming at me as hard as I can in the face. Put the fear of God in the other 3.
He comes at you, just pick him up and use him as a weapon.
I don't know. 12 years old might be kind of heavy to pick up. But I'm just punching as hard as I can in the face and be like, all right,
12-year-olds
come at
know
me.
fear.
Yeah.
And kids don't know fear.
Sean, 4 kids. What age can you take?
4 kids TV.
At this stage of my life,
Ow, ow.
probably
Like, man, at this stage in my life.
Back in his heyday, he could have taken 8 13-year-olds.
no.
That was a joke. Who can you fight? Who are you taking to the fight?
Who may take? Okay. Ah man. I'm gonna go 7-year-olds.
7?
Mhm.
That's respectable, I think. All right. Along those lines,
Along those lines.
5-year-olds. How many?
Hmm.
How many 5-year-olds could you take at once?
At once or like one at a time?
Oh, at once.
At once.
We're talking like Matrix versus Neo versus the
Smith.
Mr. Smith coming at you.
This is an interesting question. It's not. But, because like,
Makes the brain thing.
This is an old Ron and Fez bit.
I've seen this bit. It's a question, right? Because like 5-year-olds, you can take a 5-year-old in the fight.
You punt them.
Yeah, you can kick a 5-year-old and they're down for good.
You can kick a 5-year-old several feet.
Yes. The problem is if there's like 50 5-year-olds coming at you, there's no room to punt.
But you could just swing your arms. Like,
swing your arms, they're
windmill.
5.
No, windmill. Like
You swing
spin.
your arms, you're going over them. They're 5.
Wait, do you get on your knees and swing your? I don't know.
You can't windmill because they're too small. They're too small.
Windmill your foot? I don't know.
See,
How
that's
would that
where the
work?
problem. Like, I don't know how to do like one of those cool like leg sweep moves.
Yeah.
Roundhouse
I
kick.
feel like I know how to do a roundhouse kick.
Mm.
It's the only thing I learned from my karate class.
That wouldn't work for a 5-year-old either.
Because
Mm.
roundhouse is up. That's the problem. Is everything you think you know about fighting usually involves someone being in front of you, not below you. I think I could take like 10 5-year-olds.
Really? That's
Really?
low.
I don't want to go any higher because I'll be wrong.
Well, we're not actually going to test
yeah,
the
I
theory.
know. Okay, between 10 and 20.
Okay.
I'll say that. I'll give it a range because I know I could probably take 10 5-year-olds in a fight, but I'm not sure if I could take 20.
Sean, 5-year-olds. Don't give them names, then you care. If you know their name, you'll care, and you won't want to hit them.
I don't know.
Life or death situation.
I don't know. I know a few 5-year-olds that I just want to smack.
Well,
I'm
that's
not
different.
the biggest fan of kids.
Wanting to smack and death match is different.
I'll deathmatch a child. Given the legal opportunity, I will deathmatch a child.
How many 5-year-olds are you fending off, Sean?
Probably about 10.
10? All right. I'm going to go, just for Price is Right rules, I'm going to go 21.
The closest without going over.
So if it's anything over 21, I got it. Yeah, I'm not sure about strategy with that one. Again, you'd have to hit the first one hard and with the fear in the other ones.
It
But
gives
5
you
years
some
old, they
time.
don't have a lot of fear.
They don't have fear. They don't understand. They think, oh, he got kicked, but I'm different.
Yeah, so I don't know. And like you said, you can't really... Punching's hard because they're down low.
You're punching down.
Well, you kind of do like a uppercut, like a gut punch. A gut punch to them would be a face punch.
Yeah, a gut punch to a 5-year-old's an uppercut.
So, anyway, back to the story. So, that just shows that we really need stricter guidelines on who can be a police officer. Which I get because no one wants to be a police officer now because of, defund the police and all that. And, one wrong thing and you lose your whole career in life.
Mm-hmm.
I get that, but we can't just allow anybody to be police officers. I'm sorry.
If you can't force someone's hand
I'm
behind
not-
their back,
I'm not against women police officers, as
Yeah.
long as they pass the same guidelines that men have to pass.
Mhm.
Like, be able to do a certain amount of push-ups or whatever. I don't know what the rules are.
yeah, whatever the rules are, they need to be unisex.
Yes.
Same rule.
Yes, same rules.
And you should be able to force a scrawny guy.
And that doesn't mean the same rules like they are now, because now the rules are really lax. I'm like, go back like 20 years. Whatever the rules were then, let's make it that.
You should be able to force the average person's hands behind their back,
Yes.
because that's kind of
Yeah.
your job.
That same guy, I mean, he looked like he weighed maybe 190 pounds. He was a skinny guy.
I could take him. Maybe.
Any police officer by himself should be able to take once you've got like his arm, you should be able to take him.
Yes.
Like you're trained for that. That should be
That
like
is-
I understand if he starts running, okay, you can't catch him. That's whatever.
But if you have him,
if you got a grip on him, you should be able to detain him.
that's your job. You are trained for this. You should be able to practice it.
Yes, please. Please, please, please. All right. That was that one. I got a kick out of that one. I just like the one at the end, just like
He took off.
and the dispatch lady with the, so you one running away and you got one in custody? No.
He took off.
That would be a negative.
Okay.
So next we got Meta spokesperson.
Is wanted by the, I don't know if it's still the Kremlin, but the Russian government. I think the Kremlin's the name of their building, isn't it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I just know Kremlin. But yeah, so the I didn't read this, but the spokesperson for Meta is on a Russian wanted list.
The spokesman for Facebook owner.
Meta.
So Mark Zuckerberg has his own spokesman?
Well, he has like a face of the company that isn't him, I guess.
That's weird.
Yeah. So
Like,
Meta's spokesman.
Presidents have a president has a spokesperson.
Well, company has a spokesperson.
A company, not the owner.
Meta owns Facebook.
I know. But
They're just saying. They're just giving context.
no,
for
he
Meta.
said that according to the headline. Now I know.
No, spokesperson for Facebook owner Meta.
This is spokesman for the Facebook owner, not for Meta.
Andy Stone is
Facebook owner Meta. That's
The
one
spokesperson.
descriptor.
Mark Zuckerberg is the Facebook owner.
No, he owns Meta.
Oh, okay, you're right. I'm right. I'm thinking
Yeah,
Facebook owner is
I'm
Mark
looking at
Zuckerberg.
it now. Andy Stone is the spokesperson for Meta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I stand corrected.
They didn't have to say Facebook
I
owner
think it was
Meta.
partially how the word was cut off.
Also
there, too.
that, but yeah, I think everyone knows who Meta is at this point.
Who's Meta?
What's the Meta with you?
Meta was the daughter on mobster TV show.
Sopranos?
Yes, Sopranos.
Never watched it. I
Meta
want to.
Soprano was the daughter. I watched a little bit of it. I need to go back and watch it. It was one of those I never really watched because it was always on. I think it was on HBO.
Mhm.
And back then I didn't have HBO, so I didn't really watch it. Let's see. Let's put the story.
Switch
on
our
the
screen over.
page. Hello, story. That's not it.
So
All
the
right.
spokesperson for Meta is on a Russian wanted list.
Andy
Nice.
Stone.
I like their address. One hacker away.
Russia has added the spokesman of U.S. technology company Meta, which owns Facebook and Instagram, to a wanted list, according to an online database maintained by the country's Interior Ministry. Russian state agency TASS and independent news outlet Mediazona first reported that Meta Communications Director Andy Stone was included on the list Sunday, weeks after Russian authorities in October classified Meta as a terrorist and extremist organization, opening the way for possible criminal proceedings against Russian residents using its platforms.
Nice.
So Russia says if you're on Facebook, you're a terrorist.
Nice. I like it.
Wow.
I was gonna say, what screams not independent news and something called independent news? But then I'm thinking some of the new news sites that are popping up now for us, like the more right leaning news sites that are popping up now for us, are very kind of like on the nose like that. Non-biased news.
All news is biased.
True.
Take your news from 5 different places and compile it together.
The Interior Ministry's database doesn't give details of the case, because why? Against Stone, stating that only that he is wanted on criminal charges. Meta didn't immediately respond to a request for comment. Not immediately.
Not immediately.
According to Mediazona, an independent news website that covers Russia's opposition and prison system, Stone was put on the wanted list in February 22, but authorities made no related statements at the time, and no news media reported on the matter until this week.
In March this year, Russia's Federal Investigative Committee opened a criminal investigation into Meta. It alleged that the company's actions following Moscow's full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, amounted to inciting violence against Russians. After Russian troops moved into Ukraine, Stone announced temporary changes to Meta's hate speech policy to allow for forms of political expression that would normally violate its rules, like violent speech such as death to the Russian invaders.
Alright, now I'm confused.
I don't think that's a quote from Stone.
No, but so Facebook was allowing people speaking against Russia to kind of
Flow
go
by the
over there.
guidelines, I guess.
That's messed up.
That is messed up. If you're going to have guidelines, you don't bend them for anything.
So we can't say a vaccine doesn't work, but you can say you can kill Russians.
Great.
Thanks, Facebook.
Thank you so much, Facebook.
In the same statement, Stone added that credible calls for violence against Russia's civilians would remain banned.
So you can only be mad at the
So
country.
you can be mad at Russians, just not Russian individuals.
Well, you can't be mad at civilians. You can just be mad at the country.
Or the military,
Yes.
according to that.
Just not the civilians.
You could say kill Putin.
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 Mediazona on Sunday claimed that an unspecified Russian court issued an arrest warrant earlier this month for Stone on charges of facilitating terrorism. The report didn't specify the source of that information, which couldn't be independently verified.
Of course.
Western social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, were popular with young Russians before the 22 invasion of Ukraine, but have since been blocked by the country as part of a broad crackdown on independent media and other forms of critical speech. They are now only accessible via VPN.
Russia also formally barred Mark Zuckerberg from entering the country.
Well, I don't blame them.
I don't blame him. They didn't put him on a list. They just told him no.
Not welcome. But that
Stay
was
out.
formal. That was before they invaded Ukraine. Well,
no,
I don't know.
no, it
No.
was in April. That's 2 months later.
Yeah.
So they just felt like they.
Well, it's his spokesperson. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really not very anti-Russian on this one because that's kind of messed up that
It
Facebook's
is.
letting people skirt the rules just because, well, it's Russian. We don't like them.
Yeah. I mean, I wish they'd be a little more open about it instead of. I don't know. The source of the information and all this stuff. I feel like they're being very sketchy about saying.
I don't
He's
think
doing
that
a lot of weird stuff over
that
there.
Mediazona, I don't think is like a state media. I think
It's not.
because it said they report on the prison system
They're
and
an
stuff like
independent
that.
news outlet.
But according to what they report on, it sounds like they're reporting like opposition in prison systems. So it sounds like they're actually like an opposition news media, like keeping Russia accountable kind of thing.
I guess.
The way it sounds like, because they're reporting on their prison system and their opposition movement. So that would be my guess. But yeah, I don't know about arresting him, but I don't know what the laws are in Russia. But I mean, if they're allowing people on Facebook to be like, "Hey, Putin needs to be killed," like, I mean, if they did that to, say, Biden, then that would be something they would do.
I think I've heard of that band.
Fox News Russia.
Did you read all this?
No, I'm just looking at
Mediazona.
I'm just looking at the picture of the
Mediazona
hosts.
is a Russian independent media outlet focused on anti-Putinist opposition that was founded by Maria Alyokina and Nadezhda Tolokonnikova. I probably butchered that.
Most likely.
Who are also co-founders of the protest group and band. I don't know if I can say that.
And banned?
And band. I don't know if we can say that.
I can't see it.
YouTube might get mad at us.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Pussy
you
Riot.
could say that. You could say that. You can't show it. You can
The
say
band Pussy Riot.
it. I've heard of them. I've heard of them.
I've heard the name.
That's like a heavy metal punk,
They're also an anti-Putinist
and they own a
protest group.
media outlet.
Yep. Well, they don't. Yeah.
Well, they founded it. I don't know if they own it, but anyway, probably
What-
backed
what
by
a-
somebody.
What a weird. So they are independent. I can.
Yeah.
It definitely feels.
So they are not pro-Russia.
They're
Well, not they're not pro.
they're not pro-Putin, which I
Yes.
don't think a lot of Russians are pro-Putin.
Especially
but-
not now.
I kind of side with Russia on this.
Yeah,
one.
I'm definitely not against their ruling here of saying,
I
like,
am-
come on, man.
I'm very much against the company not following its own
rules.
rules. I don't like. Like if somebody said the same thing about Biden and about Putin, and you let one go and not the other, then yeah, there's a problem.
Companies should not get involved in politics.
Right.
If Facebook is going to say, no, you can't do this kind of.
That was loud.
I'm sorry. If
I could've
Facebook is going to
muted that.
say, what?
I could have muted that.
But did you?
No, I didn't know
Rude.
it was coming.
Rude. if they're gonna say like, oh, you can't talk this way about people or politicians or whatever, then it has to be the same across everything. You
Right.
can't pick and choose.
Right. Or
Like
say
just
or would just be like no political talk. You can only talk about your grandma.
yeah, just like how I think this was before Elon really did anything with it, but Twitter, when Trump was doing his thing, he like kept getting banned and stuff.
Right.
It's like just stay out of politics if you're a social media platform or
Right.
anything.
One of the main reasons
Like if it
why
breaks your rules,
on
yes, do something about that. But if
Right.
someone is
But
just
the rules should be very, like, if you do something that's going to cause injury to somebody or harm to somebody, like the rules should be very limited to like a very certain set
Yes.
of.
just like
Well,
when-
it's your company, really. You can make the rules whatever you want, but as long as it's
just
enforced,
follow them.
as long as it's enforced evenly. It's kind of like the thing we talked about. Was it last week with the Nashville, the LGBTQ,
Yes, yes.
the public
It was the
display of affection, but they
anti-PDA,
were only enforcing it against
Yeah.
gay people.
the anti-PDA law, which
Yeah. I think it was a
remember,
couple weeks
you're
ago.
not allowed to tip your strippers.
and you have to be 10 feet away.
But you can. You
10
just
feet
have
away.
to throw it at them.
No,
There's
you
a roll
can-
of quarters.
You cannot tip them.
You can. You just, as long as you don't touch with 10 feet.
No, it says specifically you cannot
It says
tip
specifically
Oh.
they can't take tips.
and you have to be 10 feet away.
You have to-
And they also have to be
Well, you could just be like, well,
elevated.
I dropped this $20 bill. I wasn't tipping her. I dropped
I
it.
dropped this 20
And I couldn't get it because that would have been within 10 feet, so she had to get it.
I dropped the 20 and it landed on her.
It landed
From
in
10
her
feet away?
It landed.
I still like my idea. I'm going to go with a roll of quarters and throw it at her.
Don't even toss it. Just chuck it.
Here,
You hit something.
here, here, clunk.
Can't even go to help her. You have to stay 10 feet away.
10 feet away, they have to be elevated.
God.
I think we're in agreement there.
But yeah,
So-
just make your rules and
Yes.
follow them. evenly for
Companies,
everyone.
companies, not even just social media. Companies should
companies.
stay out of politics.
We went
just-
over this when we talked about Bush.
Yeah.
About Anheuser-Busch, because we
Yes.
went over that briefly.
Yeah. Well, why
Like,
are you
just
getting involved? You're
stay out of
automatically
it.
isolating half your consumers.
Yeah, your demographics.
Yes. So
Just-
just stay out of
Just stay neutral. It's not hard. Just don't say anything. It's not hard to shut the fuck up.
it. You'd be amazed.
Apparently it is for these companies.
Yes. All right.
So this is one I think you added.
Mm-hmm.
Did you add it?
I did add this.
This is a Sean story. He can take the lead on this one.
We were talking about this at work the other night.
Oh, did you?
Which at the time I didn't know it was happening in Detroit because I had known they had done some in the UK.
In Detroit?
Overseas. This one's in Detroit.
This
It seems
the-
like a great place to test
Yeah.
high-tech things.
Well, that's where a lot of cars are
I
made.
know.
I don't know if
But
you.
it's Detroit.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
But it's Detroit.
It is Detroit. 8 Mile. All right, let's put this on
All right,
screen.
let's learn about the new roads in Detroit.
Yes. So.
I used one mode in Detroit.
The new road, singular.
And,
So,
and
how much of a charge can you get on this one road? Do you have to? Is it like one block
So-
where you have to drive back and forth a bunch of times to get a charge?
No U-turns. No U-turns.
Detroit touts first wireless charging public road for electric vehicles in the U.S.
now keep in mind, only very specific vehicles can get a charge because of the whole.
Well, it has to be
wireless
set up
thing.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
It's like the electric subway cars where they've got the things ahead that touch the wires that charge them. Like if you just got a subway without the. Excuse me, it's time for me to get up for work. So if you just got a subway car without the things on top, it's not going to get charged.
yeah, and like they make mouse pads for charging your mouse, your
Really?
wireless mouse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it only works
need
with like
a wireless
like
charging
you can,
mouse.
You can get like I don't think it's Microsoft. It's I think it's Logitech,
Mm.
but it'll only charge Logitech mics.
Well, yeah.
It's
Makes
stuff
sense.
like that. If it's not built to get charged by it,
Yeah.
it's not going to work. You can't charge an old phone on a wireless charger.
Yeah.
It has to have that.
I want to charge a
capability.
flip phone.
Charge a flip phone. That thing doesn't die for a month.
They have flip phones now that charge wirelessly.
Okay, well,
I'm sure they do.
I'm talking like flip it open, extend the antenna.
Oh, the antenna. a little plastic, which I swear didn't do anything.
Maybe one of those like giant big
It just
phones.
made you feel better. I miss typing like that.
I don't.
Really?
With the keypad
Why?
because I could text without looking.
Oh, the newest texting is fantastic.
Hmm?
I don't know if you guys have it yet. I have it because I'm on the beta. I think because mommy's phone doesn't have it.
Oh God! After I was in the last beta, and I'm never going into
I'm
beta
not doing
again.
a beta again, but I've got a cool chat feature now. Like, so this little thing right here is Chat AI.
Oh yeah.
Hey, no, don't do
Careful.
that. So I hit that, and I get a whole bunch of options for what we reply to that. Of course, now it's not going to do anything. There we go. I can have a whole
Oh,
conversation.
you can give feedback on it.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
That popped up last night. I was like, oh, that's cool. Now I don't have to type anything. I could just pick from 5 or 6 options.
That is kind of the next logical step from there.
Which it kind of does that now.
Yeah, it
gives you
has like the
suggestions.
3 suggestion
Right, which are
replies.
usually just one word, thanks, okay, whatever.
Yeah. Well, they can go like
That's
But
the
this
next
is
step.
more
but it's
detailed.
very simple statements. And
Yeah.
this is the next logical step: is give it a little bit of processing power,
Yeah.
and let it come up with actual responses.
You know, you could have a conversation with somebody.
But what if
and
you're
not
both
be-
using AI responses?
It's like the stupid Facebook post where, like, hit the middle, put IMA and then hit the middle thing for everything. It's like, yeah, this is,
You're
by
just
the end,
doing
you're
that.
just having a conversation with nobody
Yeah, it's
about nothing.
ugh,
But yeah, I'm all in on Chat AI.
that is hilarious. I want to have a group text of like 8 people all
Just
using
all
Chat
Chat
AI. Just see what the AI
See
says
where it
to
goes.
itself.
That's the thing. That's
That
what we
is
need to
that
do.
is was that a litmus test?
Yes.
No,
Once
Litmus?
once it's
What?
available for everybody, we'll have to do that.
isn't the litmus test for like?
Litmus.
Isn't that like to make?
You're testing whether something would work. I think
I'm
that's what it
confused.
is.
Hold on, I think a litmus test is more confusing, more specific. Continue.
No, it's not. Anyway, so what were you going to say, Sean?
I
You
don't
had
even
some
remember.
details. You had some details about the story.
Okay,
Or we can just read it, whatever.
It'll be read.
All right. So
Yeah,
the
it's just a single factor test.
the Motor City can add a claim to fame, besides crime and 8 Mile and Eminem, as home to the country's first wireless charging mobile roadway for
Public.
electric vehicles
Public
or
roadway.
mobile.
I mean, the roadway's not mobile.
The vehicles are.
The roadways.
I saw
Imagine
I saw a funny
popping
one
up
today. It
moving.
was an EV what is it called? EV starter Lego set. It comes with a fire truck, a whole bunch of cones and firemen, and there's a car on fire.
Uh,
Oh, that's funny.
So sorry, I don't know what that brought up, but the electric vehicles. That's why I brought it up. So on Wednesday, members of the news media got a closer chance to see it in action.
you're adding words.
Yes,
Adding wood, taking away wood. What are you
a
doing?
blue electric Ford E-Transit commercial van was able to charge as it moved over a quarter mile. I'm sorry, it's a quarter mile. You're not going to get much of a charge.
I'm pretty sure that it says that it's like more like a test run. See
Yeah,
if it
but
actually
still, I'm
functions.
saying-
And if this was on a much longer road, you'd actually
Like
be
an
able to get
interstate.
something done. But this
A
is like
short
proof of
distance.
concept.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Stretch of newly paved 14th Street, a short distance from the towering Michigan Central Station, thanks to rubber-coated copper coils buried beneath the road surface.
Yeah, so they put some copper down there and probably something with magnets in the van.
Mhm.
A large video screen set up for the occasion outside
New lab.
New Lab, a
The rehabilitated book
I'm gonna
depository.
stop reading. Showed the kilowatts generated and the speed as the van made its passes on the street. Those numbers would fluctuate as the van moved along, 16 kilowatt and 9 mile per hour at one point. And the van had a 63% charge.
It may seem small now, but it's a huge step in getting this to scale. Joshua Seifman, CEO of Michigan Control, the Ford subsidiary, running a mobility innovation.
Central, not control.
Yeah, I can't read either. Innovation District in Corktown said before the demonstration began, the implications are truly staggering. Not just any electric vehicle can pick up a charge just yet on 14th Street. The van was equipped with a special receiver to take the charge. The coils themselves are underneath the road surface, but a small section of the road was left unpaved to show how the coated coils would lie flat underneath. You can see in that picture there,
Yes.
those are the coils. 2 large boxes were positioned on the sidewalk to manage the coils.
They said the coils are made out of copper.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you think before those are stolen?
In Detroit?
When I was reading, I was thinking like the exact same thing. Like,
I'm
okay,
like,
if they make this large scale, how much will we see roads just being opened up?
People cut off the catalytic converters. They'll be just out there with jackhammers just in the road.
Yeah.
God, potholes will be man-made.
Yes. The endeavor represents one piece of a public-private partnership aiming to show how this type of EV charging infrastructure could work in practice, and it follows up on an announcement by Governor Gretchen Whitmer in September that the state planned to launch the first wireless charging public road project in the country. The Michigan Department of Transportation is working with Israel's
Electrion.
one of the member companies of New Lab, and numerous partners to build what will eventually be a mile of inductive charging roadway, including a large piece on Michigan Avenue. Construction slated for 2025. Electrion, already has projects in the works in numerous other countries, including Sweden, Germany, France, Italy, Norway, China, and Israel. Yeah.
So yeah, we're making wireless charging roads, and it's all starting in Detroit
For some reason.
because
With a
it's the
van.
Windy City
With a van.
with a van.
You know how they have those programs where like turn in guns and you get, give you money for your guns. They should do that with the copper so they can use it to put it in the roads. So
I mean, that
the price of copper is going to go up.
That is a very popular van for businesses to use. I see that van a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
but-
not the E version, but
Yeah.
I see that. Now I know what the van actually looks like. It looks like a regular van.
I
Yeah.
heard the new battery that Toyota's working on,
The solid state.
is supposed to be coming out in the electric version of the Toyota Tacoma.
What's
It's a pickup
Tacoma?
truck.
Is that necessary?
Pickup
It's-
truck.
Pickup truck.
Yeah.
Smaller pickup truck, I believe.
It's
The Tundra's the bigger one, right?
Not
Yes.
the Super Duty, just a regular one.
Right.
Not the one that's the size of the road.
I don't think like pickup trucks should be fully electric.
no.
I mean, if you're gonna be
Maybe a
Pulling
small one
things.
like Grandpa's.
like crew cabs.
Yeah, but if you're planning on if you've got like a pickup truck and you want to pull a camper or a boat, like your battery power is going to drain real quick. Even if it is a 750-mile battery, you're cutting it in half at least.
Yeah, that's why when Grandpa got his truck, like
He
he
specifically ordered
couldn't get the battery because he wanted
a towing
the
kit.
certain amount of like towing capacity,
Right.
so he couldn't get the electric version.
Yeah, which would just been a hybrid. It was just a
I think
hybrid,
it is a hybrid.
Yeah.
But like he could have gotten it fully electric.
No, his is not a hybrid. He didn't want a hybrid.
Oh, he didn't get a hybrid
No,
at all.
like-
Oh,
No.
I missed it.
That was kind of my issue with when he got that truck. I'm like, I think it came in electric or hybrid, and he's like, I just want an engine in it. I'm like, well, then get a different pickup truck. He special ordered it to have an engine in it. But he's weird.
I don't think
He knows what he
Well,
wants.
he wanted it's a unibody construction. He wanted that.
He knows what he wants.
So yeah, I don't think pickup trucks. Me personally, I wouldn't buy a fully electric pickup truck.
I wouldn't.
I would buy a hybrid, even a plug-in hybrid. Like I get that, but it's like
But if you're going to be using
if you're going to be hauling something, you're going to want the gas option.
Yeah, you need some raw
Yeah.
combustion power.
Well, I mean, they have the semis, but those are how much weight you're going to haul, and and like those are all set for they can do like 500 miles fully loaded, which is what you can do in a day legally. It gets what a day trip would be in a truck is about 500 miles. So I mean, that's kind of set, and you've got room in a semi for extra batteries to get that 500 miles.
Yeah.
But in a pickup truck, space is very limited, and even with the new solid state battery, like I said, it's a big difference between empty and full. What you're going to haul, how far you can go. I don't know.
If it's a small thing like the Tacoma, then
I've seen
Not
the
gonna be that
difference
big of
in
a
the
bump.
weights between an empty semi and a full semi, and that's a pretty big difference too.
Oh,
But
yeah.
if you're planning on it always being full,
Yeah,
And
90% of the time it's going to be full.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the difference like on the empty weight for a semi being like maybe like 10-20,000, and then like
Not even.
their carrying capacity goes up to like 80.
I think.
I think some of them go up to like 100,000.
I think it's like
I haven't dealt with that.
25 empty. No. I think it's like. Oh, I used to drive a truck. I should know this. So fully loaded is 40 tons, 80,000 pounds. I want to say it's like 25,000 pounds empty.
Not even. It's less than that now.
Is
Because if a semi truck when empty is roughly 35,000.
Okay. Well, not the ones I've been looking at.
I was going to say.
But yeah, I mean, I believe it. There's
Yeah.
different ones.
Well,
Well,
if it's just the truck and
The
not the
semi truck
trailer.
itself
Yes, just the truck.
weighs between 10,000 and 25,000.
Yeah, that's like 12,000.
That's probably
Yeah.
what I see.
Truck with trailer is like 35. I was thinking 25, depending on the trailer. Some trailers are really light.
The way I deal with these vehicles is the truck and the trailer are two separate things.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so
that's
like,
not the way you weigh them on the road.
Yes.
Unless you don't have a trailer.
But yeah.
Most of the time you have a trailer.
If you're planning
Sometimes
for
that's
the truck to always be carrying 80,000 pounds,
Yeah.
You can plan for that.
Yeah.
For a pickup truck, you could go 20 years in a truck, or whatever, not really do any physical work, and then like one time you're like, oh, this guy needs a tow. I have a truck.
Yeah.
And then that one time your battery's like, what is this?
Yeah. You want to be able to have some. Pickup trucks are a very versatile vehicle, and by making it all electric, you take away some of that versatility.
They need some, at least a little bit of engine.
Yes. A little bit of engine.
That being said, I will never have a pickup truck. I don't like them. I think they're ugly,
Yeah.
and I'm never going to use them
But-
the way that they should be used.
For what?
If you had a pickup truck, I would use it right now. I've
See,
got a stove to bring that to your
if
system.
I had a pickup truck, you would use it right now. You
Exactly.
see, I wouldn't be using it for any kind of carrying or whatever. So yeah, I would not make good use out of a pickup truck
Why not?
because I don't haul.
Okay.
I don't haul. I don't tow.
I'm just not a huge fan of
goes
pickup
metal.
trucks.
What?
Kiss goes metal. Kiss is already
Meta.
metal. Oh, meta.
Sorry, the someone has their thing there.
Not me.
It's literally you.
It could be me.
It's not me.
Are you on there 5 times?
What?
You have it open 5 different places.
No. Well, yes. I think it's me.
Are you? You're the
I think it's
anonymous
me over
capybara.
What is that? What you call that?
Capybara?
I don't know. What is that?
It's a friend-shaped animal.
All right. All right. Let's look at why wolves are not pets.
Yes. This
'Cause
is
they have large teeth.
this is a not funny story.
I've
On a
always
scale of 1
wanted
to
a
10, how not funny
Pet
is it?
fox.
10.
10 what?
He said on a scale of 1 to 10, how not funny is it? 10.
So it's depressing?
Kind of.
Oh.
Is this video about the story?
I
or
don't
is this
know.
a random video?
I have no
Might
idea.
be.
Great. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane joining us live in Chelsea this afternoon.
That's
Lisa, what do we know about where the animal was from?
Okay, so we got a story. Have we got a story for you?
Oh boy.
Sorry. You set it up, I had to finish it.
Didn't even finish it.
I
So.
can if you want me to.
A family pet turned violent and killed a 3-month-old baby in Shelby County.
Yeah, so we're told that the pet was a wolf hybrid. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane.
After the first part where she said a family pet, a 3-month-old. Before he said wolf, I would have thought pit bull. Because that's a normal thing.
No, they only target 5-year-olds.
Only toddlers. How many 5-year-olds? 5-year-olds versus a pit bull.
One of my favorite little like jokes. It's like a one-time gag, really. It's like just kind of tell someone like, give them like a link to this fake story that's like heroic pit bull swims 5 miles out to sea to bite a toddler.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's so funny. But yeah,
Joining us
wolf hybrid.
live in Chelsea this afternoon. Lisa, what do we know about where the animal was from?
Well, we understand it was the family's pet. The mayor of Chelsea told us this afternoon that it was part wolf, part shepherd. Now, it was euthanized at the scene by a vet after this incident, but according to the mayor, 911 received the call for help as the dog, or the wolf hybrid, was attacking the child.
All right. Wolf shepherd. What do you call it? Like they got all these weird names for dogs that they crossbreed. What do you call a wolf shepherd? A she-wolf.
A shelf.
A what?
A shelf.
That's
Wolf
not
in
cute.
sheep's
It has
clothing.
to be something cute. Like a snickerdoodle. With they come up with these stupid names. A wolf and a shepherd.
I just immediately go to Weopard.
A woship.
Weopard is the
Weopard.
only thing I can
That
think
sounds
of.
like a weapon.
Or a leopard. It's a weapon leopard. It's a Weopard.
It's just,
Ah.
it's just horrific.
That must be the man.
No words to describe it.
It's a man of
Few
a
words.
few words right there. It's just horrific.
horrific.
Pause.
No
Pause.
words to describe it.
The mayor calls what happened here on County Road 440 in Chelsea Thursday unspeakable. He says the firefighters and EMTs who responded to the wolf hybrid attack were shaken to the core.
The core. Wolf hybrid. Is it? What are they? They don't call them hybrids when you mix dog races.
It'd be a wolf mutt.
Yeah, but there's a name for it when you're
Mutt.
crossbreeding.
Yeah, but that's the act
But
of
they don't
doing
call
it.
them hybrids. It just sounds weird when
they
you're saying
they
hybrid.
call them mutts. It's a part wolf.
Yes.
It's a wolf dog.
Well, it's not a mutt. If you know the two lineages, it's not really a mutt. But I would think any wolf would be a mutt because you're not going to know what the
I
wolf
think
lineage
anything merged with a wolf is a wolf.
They were all seasoned.
This one thinks
Wolf.
so too.
Wolf pit bull.
A wolf bull. Or
That
a pit wolf.
I would scare the
pit wolf.
crap out of me.
Pit wolf.
A wolf pit bull would scare the crap out of me.
How would you even? It's so big. Wolves are huge. Wolves are
Well,
not dog size.
Not all of them.
But like most.
There's different
9 times out of 10, they are like twice the
9
size
times
of
out
an
of 10. How
oval.
many? You've never seen 9 out of 10 wolves.
I mean,
Out of
never
what I've
a
seen.
wolf, but
Here you go. A wolf pit bull mix with what was the dog that Celia used to own?
Husky?
A husky with those eyes. You got a wolf pit bull with the eyes of a husky,
how about with the
just staring at your soul like I'm about to eat you.
Burmese?
Python?
No. Or Tibetan mountain dog.
Oh, the big things.
Oh,
Tibetan
you're thinking
Mountain
the ones with the barrel
dog.
underneath there?
the barrel. Tibetan Mastiff.
Yes.
The ones that were bred to protect you from bears.
Yeah.
They are huge. Combine a wolf and a pit bull with that thing. Get a
Or
pit
just-
wolf and then
Or
merge it
just
with the
a
mastiff.
wolf with a mastiff.
No, because that's just a bigger wolf. But
It's
if you-
still going to be
No,
it's still
get
gonna
your
be
pit
good.
wolf. Get your pit wolf first, and then breed it with the mastiff. That's a shoe. Those are shoes.
Oh, it's adorable.
That's a puppy.
What is that?
It's a wolf shepherd.
It just. Let me see it.
German shepherd and wolf.
That
That's
just looks like a
differences.
generic
That's just
wolf.
differences.
It just looks like a grayscale wolf. It definitely looks like it looks like a dog that you'd want to kind of have. Not me, I don't like dogs, but
There's a wolf. Let's see. There's a wolf shepherd.
I mean he looks very dog.
He looks very tall. There you go.
There are some dogs that don't
Lost
look like
my mouse.
dogs.
Let's see if I can.
That's a very dog-looking
Chihuahua.
dog. Yeah, Chihuahuas don't look like dogs.
Yeah, so let's see if I can put this up here. You can see it. Very high tech here. That's a wolf shepherd right there. Almost
Very
looks like
high
a
tech.
The tongue hanging out looks like a cartoon. The very long tongue looks like cartoony, but it's hard to tell from this picture how big it is.
Probably not that big. Judging by the
Anyway.
fence.
Anyway,
Back to the
video.
story.
Back
Back
to
to
the
this
video.
mayor, the man of many words.
Yes.
veterans, and they've seen some horrible things. So they were all offered to
How did this guy win an election?
He didn't do any of the work.
He must have been running against nobody.
take the rest of the shift off, but they all decided to stay at work.
EMTs rushed the 3-month-old baby to Grandview Hospital where he was pronounced dead. Now the question is, how could something like this happen? The Sheriff's Department is investigating.
They are going to
Letting someone
give the family
letting someone have
some
a
time
wolf
to grieve, and then they will be doing a deep dive investigation into how it happened.
Deep dive. He's got all the lingo.
A deep dive investigation.
So who? I wonder what kind of kennel breeds these, because it's not legal, I don't think.
Now, according to the Alabama State Veterinarian, it is illegal to own an animal in this state if it's not vaccinated, and they tell me there is no vaccine for a wolf hybrid, so therefore it would be illegal to own such an animal in this state. However, the animal, as we
I thought she said it was legal.
Illegal.
so therefore it would be illegal to own such an animal vaccinated. It's illegal to own an animal in Alabama State Veterinarian. It is illegal to own an
She kind
She
of
needs
glossed
to
over the
enunciate.
I. Yes.
She needs to enunciate.
animal in this state if it's not vaccinated, and they tell me there is no vaccine for a wolf hybrid, so therefore it would be illegal to own such an animal in this state. However, the
All right. So I have a problem with that law. It's illegal to own something because there is no vaccine. Well, that doesn't make sense. So you can't have a turtle. And what are you vaccinating this animal against? Vaccinating the wolf wouldn't have stopped it from eating a 6-month-old, 3-month-old.
Correct.
Just because it can't get sick doesn't mean it's not going to eat
How about
something.
your law just says you can't have a wolf as a pet?
Yes.
animal, as we said earlier, will be tested at a state lab in Auburn, and it would be able to be determined at that point whether this is in fact a wolf hybrid or a dog. Live in Chelsea, Lisa Crane, WVBM
I don't even
13.
know.
Either way, it is a dog.
Yeah. Either way, let's put it down. Let's just be safe.
It was no, they put it down at the scene.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, they put it down immediately.
I don't think. Yeah.
That was like one of the first things they
I
said.
think wolves, pit bulls, all be outlawed.
I don't have a problem with pit bulls. I mean, it really is. They might be, more inclined to be a violent creature. Yes, I'm not going to deny that.
They might
'cause
be.
We breed dogs to do specific things all the time. I don't know. Maybe stop breeding your dogs with inbreeding to make these weird ass breeds.
Yeah.
We ruined pugs. You ever seen
Pugs ruin pugs.
You ever seen a pug before all of our selective breeding?
No.
They look like a normal ass dog.
Oh yeah.
They look cool. They look nice.
And everything's bred now to be miniature,
Yeah, and then
except for pit bulls.
we've bred. Did you know golden retrievers are so likely to get cancer?
Oh yeah.
We have bred cancer into these dogs.
Wow.
Golden retrievers are extremely likely to get cancer.
So you're saying that turning our dogs cancerous?
I'm saying we already did.
Yeah.
All of the dog breeds.
Inbreeding is not good.
Yeah, and all of our dog breeds that we know were bred by selective breeding, which is a fancy way of saying inbreeding, to be hyper good at one thing. I don't know what pugs are good at. Their eyes falling out? that happens. Their eyes will just,
No face. Smush face.
they can't breathe. Pugs are more comfortable when they're like hooked up to a machine that gives them assisted breathing.
I'm sure.
I know nothing about pugs. I'm just staying out of this conversation.
Don't buy a pug.
Buy
It's constantly
Yeah.
in pain.
Buy a mutt from the pound.
Yes. If you're gonna buy a dog, go buy a mutt from the. Go buy a dog.
Same thing with cats.
Yes, buy from the pound.
Don't fall for the trick where they say you should buy two, though.
No.
Because
Unless you know you
when you
want
buy two cats, one always dominates the other, and the other one gets resentful. If you have one cat, then you love it. It loves you. There's no quarrel.
Buy your animals from the shelters so that they don't kill them.
Yes.
Especially cats. Cats get put down a lot more often than dogs.
There's also like twice the amount of cats in pounds.
There's a lot of
Guns.
cats.
A lot of cats.
There's a lot of cats. There's one of those cat cafes down in Evansville.
Yes, River Kitty.
Have you ever been?
River Kitty. They have chocolate wine for sale.
Huh?
I really wanted to buy a bottle.
I don't know. I'm not a big wine guy.
I don't know, but I want to try chocolate wine.
I like fruity wines. I don't know if I'd like sugary wines.
I don't know either, but I want to try it. But yeah, they also let you adopt.
Yeah, but that's kind of the whole point. But yeah.
Shout out to River Kitty Cat Cafe in Evansville.
Yes.
You do great work.
I've never been, but I've seen.
I've been. I hung out with their cats a couple times.
I want to go.
They serve food too, don't they?
Like
little
little
sandwiches and
pastry
stuff?
snacks. You can't bring them into the cat room, but
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you can get like macarons. Macaroon. I can't think of anything else they had because I was just staring at the macaroons.
And chocolate wine.
Yeah, and the chocolate wine. I'm pretty sure when I went, I was not old enough to have bought the chocolate wine.
I'm pretty sure those cafes like that, they don't like own the cats. They like have to.
No, they
a
partner
local
with the
kennel brings them in.
Humane Society.
Yeah, they bring them in. So they take care of them and stuff.
River Kitty partners with Humane
River
Society.
Kitty, Evansville,
River Kitty Cat Cafe.
on Main Street, newly renovated Main Street.
Those cats are so adorable.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
love
cats are-
cats.
Oh, did I tell
Sphinx cats are not adorable.
you? Did I tell you who's playing in Evansville? In the week after, I did tell you, didn't I?
I don't remember who it is.
Dropkick
Murphys.
Murphys. The one song I know.
Well, I know. Oh, shoot, what's it called?
That one, Shipping Out to Boston.
No.
But they're also playing with two other Irish bands. It's like a St. Patty's Day tour.
That's good. It's a state of
Confusion.
no.
I mean, he is in that. But
I only know the
Whatever.
one song, but I would still go see him.
I know,
I'm sure I would know
that other song.
I'm sure I would know other songs because I've listened to them on Spotify. So I'm sure I would recognize at least one other song, maybe two.
I really want to find the song because it's bothering me.
I don't think Mommy
State
would
of
want to go.
Massachusetts.
State of Massachusetts. State of
Boston.
Massachusetts.
Boston.
That's a good song. Dropkick Murphys have some good beats. They are good. You listen to Dropkick Murphys, you want to start drinking.
What was the one we saw in Indianapolis
That was
with the Violent Femmes? That was the other Irish band.
Oh
That
God.
does not have an
Ah.
advantage now.
Hold on.
Flogging
Listen.
Molly.
Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly.
They were good, and I didn't know anything. I
It's
knew
been the
maybe one
worst
song.
day since yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, I think we need some Irish music this spring.
Flogging Molly, also a great Irish band. Love them.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of their songs.
They have about 2,000 people on stage with it. There was a lot of people on stage.
And they're like all related. Somehow.
All in the family. Which
They
I'm
dress up. They
thinking,
wear nice little suits.
I'm thinking Dropkick Murphys is the same way. I think it's a whole bunch of people up there.
Probably. That's kind of how you make that
It's
music.
the whole village, and it's a whole village in Ireland.
You got the whole village squad getting together to make this little
Yes.
jig.
So, I think that's about it. It's been an hour and 15.
Hour. Yeah. Yeah, hour 15, hour 16 actually.
Yes.
If
Something
you
like that.
include our 1 minute intro.
So if yeah, make sure you thumbs up, like, subscribe, follow, share. I gotta go cancel my subscription for Rumble. I don't know when that renews, but thank you everybody for watching. 3 weeks, 22 days from Christmas. 3 work weeks. 15 days of work. 15 works until Christmas.
Works.
15 works. Yes.
You ever seen Muppets Christmas Carol? They say the one more sleep till Christmas. There's 15 more works.
Yes. A work is singular. Works is plural. There's 15 of them.
You're not
15
wrong.
works till Christmas.
We will be back next Sunday at 5 p.m. I will be more well rested.
You would think.
Hopefully. Did it get hot in here? Or am I having a hot flash?
You're having a hot flash. You're going through menopause. I can't hear you. I said you're going through menopause.
Yes. Because I'm a man, and men go through menopause. It's in the name.
I don't think that's how it works.
I'll be the judge of that. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so we will be back in a week or so.
Or so.
Yes.
Pretty much exactly.
I hope it exactly.
We'll be back in 6 days and 23 hours.
There you go. 22 hours and 45 minutes.
There you go.
Until then, stay cool.
Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. I don't know.
Stay merry. Get in the spirit. Christmas
Yes.
is soon. Whatever your holiday is, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it is, celebrate it. It's fun.
Yes. Get your
Happy
Christmas
crisis.
shopping done early. Don't forget to spay and neuter your animals. Doing the old,
What?
the old host of The Price is Right used to do that at the end of every show. He'd be like, "Make sure you spay and neuter your animals." Yeah, and we'll be back next week with stuff. Have a great week.
Goodbye.
Bye.